We made it to nationals, and that was amazing because we were one of the best. I think at the time it was 4 teams. It was a round robin, actually. So it was the best 4 teams in the whole nation. And so we thought we were just the next best thing since sliced bread. And I think that playing in that tournament was so surreal because you played against other club teams that were so good and at the same level as you that you don't necessarily always get the chance or opportunity to play against, which was so great for us because we were like, wow, these girls are like just as good as us, if not better, and we have to compete at the highest level and play these 3 games, or at that, it was a round robin, so we played the 4. But still, that just reminds me of how competitive I was and my teammates were at that age, which also I think helped me get to the next level. And being that competitive at the club level, I mean, has only helped me, continue to grow in my competitive spirit and level that I'm playing at right now.
The national championships was really, really special. I think that was like the biggest thing I had really won, and that's kind of for youth soccer growing up, that was kind of the ultimate prize. And I think we were always super ambitious in achieving that and to have that happen. And I think what's so special about youth soccer is that it's really your family. The girls that you grow up with become like your sisters, and you do everything, and there's just like such a strong camaraderie there. So to play with a team that you've played for a while with, and with these girls, it's a very special feeling to win something like that.
Those were really great moments because at such a young age, I feel like I was competing for something and really working hard to, perform for my team. And it was no longer just about, whatever the result is the result. I mean, at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. But that was probably the moments that I was like, whoa, we got to win. We got a state championship on our hands that we can actually bring home. And I think those are really cool moments because, you remember a lot of the times that you win. You try to remember the losses as well because you do learn from them. But at the same time, you want to remember the wins that you have. So state championships were definitely a really important part of my memory.
Our state cup was fun. My team was very competitive. I mean, we had a lot of competition as well, but I can't remember how many we won. Maybe 9, I think, is what we counted with our team, which made it so much fun. That was always like the big goal at the end is win state cup, go to regionals, and go to nationals. And we always fell short going to nationals, so it still hurts today to even talk about. But I had so much fun in those tournaments, and my team made it even 10 times better to be a part of.
I get to play now in front of huge crowds and with all this spotlight and attention, and I don't think I'll ever have that feeling that I did going through my U14 national championship. I remember winning state cup. I can tell you how I scored, what the score was. I remember going to Hawaii. That was our regionals, Region 4, and I remember that national championship. And I think that it stays with me so much because it was about camaraderie. It was about growing and learning who you were and, making these lifelong bonds.
It's 45-minute half, yes. Yeah. What's the one after a season? Oh, we probably have our headsets on. 11 o'clock is U14. I don't know what that is.
Shit, bruh. Yep, just give me 1 second, sir.
No. Keep him away.
No, I wasn't able to. I was out here all day.
Releases heat. If it was acceptable to tuck my shirt up under here, you know, like girls do, I would do it.
Right.
No one's stopping me, honestly.
No.
Can you imagine the looks I would get?
Yeah, but isn't it worth the relief?
Probably not.
Was that last game actually U19?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Overland Park, side of the 2019 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships. I'm Todd Panula here to bring you all of today's exciting 19 and under girls group action between Lou Fusz out of St. Louis and Celtic FC from Orem, Utah. Lou Fusz headed up by Michael Elam, Steve Magleby, the head coach for Celtic FC. Celtic in control of the ball right now as we've already kicked off and things are underway. Both of these teams solid coming into this game, already with 3 points in their back pocket. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Celtic wearing their black jerseys, countered by the whites of Lou Fusz.
Perfect opportunity to get rid of your Farmers 10.
Oh, I know.
So two rather large programs taking on each other. Lou Fusz obviously more known in the St. Louis area, but they have managed to win quite a bit as an organization. Celtic FC, one of the bigger programs around the country. There are teams ranging everywhere from Utah to Baltimore, but right now the only one that people care about is the one right here, coming in on the middle, serving one up in towards the box, and that's ultimately dealt with. Goes out for an early corner kick.
Are you still on me?
On the far side, good ball in towards the middle, jumping up to try to claim it was Shepard, just a bit too tall for her. Kept alive by Wynn. Shepard again. Warner intercepted. Going the other direction, Martin. Martin plays it through the midfield, intercepted by Unbedacht. Taliban putting on a little bit of pressure. They're able to work around it. Unbedacht got it up to Graham, but no further. Lou Fusz trying to counter. Seal. Smartly seen there. Seal gets it back again. Able to drag it back off that touchline. Seal a third time. On through for Graham. Wins the throw. Seal steps into that one, keeps it alive for Lou Fusz, and then it's off of Graham a little too hard and ends up rolling out. Good job by Evans. Keep that in front. Wynn puts it in. Now they work it around in towards the box. Wynn steps on it. Graham trying to center it across. Evans had her pocket picked. Graham lays it back. Wynn all the way for Crockett. Unbedacht. And now Wynn. Not too much in the way of options as Evans was putting on some pressure. That forced a bit of an errant pass All the way back to the goalkeeper. Kasberg sends it to the right wing. Up through the middle. Hanrahan plays it over the top. Defender dealt with it. Crockett. Jones sent it the other way. Courtois. Trying to get it up to Tottleben. Martin puts it back in. Tottleben gives it back to Martin. A little too far out in front, though. Allowed the defender to gain position. Win through the midfield. Jones throwing a bit of a screen, getting away with it. Into the box now for Tottleben. Tottleben puts it on the right foot, and then a diving block was able to keep that shot out. Jones stepping up, putting on the pressure, as was Evans, but Celtic FC able to get around. Jones in recovery, putting on the pressure, able to throw Win off possession just a little bit. And it'll actually be a Loof used throw. Going backward with it. Haskins to Win. Intending that one to Shepard. Bit of an error at ball from Courtois. Seal left it back. Here's Evans. All the way back. Behrman to the near side now. Looking for Seal. Seal making the run. Celtic coming up from the back, sending a good ball over the top to the left-hand side. Decent defending, was able to keep that one away as Tara Warner was making the run. Blasted away by Hanrahan. Warner. Graham from the left. Out of contact there. That gets the whistle. A little bit less breeze here today than there was yesterday, making it a little bit more warm. Overall, pretty decent conditions. Newfields builds up from the back. Seal with it along the left wing. Evans calling for it along the sideline, but Seal still in possession. Courtois brings it up in the air. Back the other way. Atwater. Shepard. Shepard back for Atwater. Atwater wants to put it on that right foot. Cuts it over here towards the near side. Served up by Pickering. And that didn't miss by much. Good ball in from Anna Pickering. Getting that one all the way across. Had a player making the run through the middle. But it ended up just a bit too high for everybody to deal with. It was Graham that was racing in and ended up tumbling over inside the goal. Celtic FC building up a little bit more, causing Lou Fusz to do a lot of defending here. Win. Back in play off the goal kick, won by Shepard. Looking for Graham. Graham in through to Pickering. Flag is up. Solid save made. See a good save made coming out. Cut off that angle, but didn't matter anyway as the offside flag was up. Going in on the attack now is Tuttlebin. He's able to keep that one alive. Nobody there for Lou Fusz yet. And Tuttlebin cuts it back with that left foot, puts it on the right to cross in, dealt with by the defender. All the way back up towards midfield. Kept in by Graham along the sideline. Here comes Pickering along the wing, cutting it back in towards the middle. Slides it across the top of the box. Continued on by Brady. Getting over towards it was Shepard, but that one was knifed away at the last second with a sliding tackle. Martin with Courtois in the vicinity. Win here on the near sideline. Gives it back to Haskins. Trying to go through the middle. They get away with it. Shepard. Pickering. Back for Shepard. Thought about going to Win. Instead, gives it back all the way for Crockett. Lou Fusz doing a good job of defending, keeping their spacing nicely. Now on for Atwater. She went for glory and ended up curling one well wide. 12 minutes played here in the first half. Scoreless so far. Celtic FC has been doing a little bit better in the attacking end here in the last minute or so. They are the Far West champions, defeating CDA Slammers 4-0 in their regional. Mentioned they also won on day number 1. They come in at near the top of the group. They are not officially the first team based on goal differential. Atwater to Pickering. On through for Graham. cut it past the defender, but then there was another one in recovery. Shepard to Atwater. Atwater demanding it back. Instead, they go out wide to Pickering. Pickering puts one across. Too much air underneath that one. The volley. That one's going to be out for a corner. Good job by Brady to line that one up, and even though she got it blocked, gained the corner kick off of it. Brady going to go out and take the corner. High up towards the penalty spot. Shepard able to get to that one, but difficult to steer that one on goal with so much air underneath. Celtic, once again, building through the middle of the field. Fusz tried to go up through the same to Courtois. Win. Evans was putting on a little bit of pressure. Second attempt, able to take it away. Up the sideline now for Seal. He's going to push it a little more towards the middle. I think they weren't on the same page there as Seal thought that Tottleben was making more of a run in towards the 6-yard area. Haskins. That one went off of Evans. Still with Celtic FC as Graham plays it back. Haskins again. Graham. Runs being made. That one had a little bit of steam behind it. And then tripping over the ball. Advantage played. Fusz building up. Behrman. Tottleben on the left tries to take a right-footed shot at it. And the only thing that was more awkward than that shot attempt is the fact that Tottleben's now kind of given away a little bit of a scouting report on her. If she's unable to shoot with her left foot, which I don't know for sure is the case, but when you're at that kind of angle and you take a right-footed shot, that tends to let defenders think that you're always going to look for that right foot. We'll see if that plays into any kind of defending for Celtic later on in the match. Peterson rolls it out. Space through the middle. Laced up the field by Umbrecht. Graham sees it go over her head, but Pickering gets to it. Pickering from just outside the box. Graham at the top of the area. Back outside to Pickering. Pickering draws it back into the middle. Not too much space to be had. Lunging at that one was Brady.
What a fake.
Haskins. Pickering to wing. Win. Jones sends it the other way. Fusz trying to get a little bit of possession here. That's been hard to come by in the last couple minutes. Out on the left-hand side. And it won't stay in for Warner. We'll get our first substitution of the match. It's going to be Celtic making a change. Doesn't look like it's going to come in this stoppage, so perhaps
she's not
the
coming
next.
on now. It's the next one. Next one.
19th minute of play. Pickering able to get it towards the middle. Drops it off for Wynn. Pickering again on the outside. Line drive service towards the penalty spot. Askins. Wynn lifts it over the top. Graham putting on the pressure. And then not quite on the same page as Toddleben was coming out here to the left. Three subs going to be made for Lou Fusz at the next opportune time as well. To the right for Wynn. Pickering is tiptoeing along the touchline. Wynn continues in towards the penalty area. Hands it off. Shot coming for that far post and just doesn't curl. Good opportunity there.
We got the subs.
For Abby Graham. She spun, saw there was a little bit of space in front. Good left-footed shot, but it just wouldn't bend. Coming into the game was Kennedy Jex for Celtic. In for Lou Fusz. Megan Orff and Courtney Volman. Two more substitutes preparing to come in for Celtic. It's going to be Megan Astley and Kat Shermer. Courtois with kind of a heavy touch. Slides away from her.
We got another sub.
So now those subs will be made in the 21st minute. Haskins.
Good job. There you go, Morgan. There you go, Morgan. That's all right.
Pressure being put on. Pickering. It's Seal right on her. She's able to make the steal.
Another sub.
Jessica Presser going to come into the game for Lou Fusz. Presser replaces Courtois. Jones won it. Jones calling for it again. Volman with it. Jones now. Seal making the run. Seal able to keep it in.
Good work.
corner kick surrendered. Going towards that back post. Fusz had a player there, but well defended. Back into the mixer, and offside was Tottleben. Would have been a good save for Peterson, but it won't end up counting. Similarly to the play that we saw on the other end of the field. Offside, thwarting a good scoring opportunity. Jacks. Brecht. Haskins set it up for Shepard. Stolen by Evans. Brought down by Bowman. Trying to let that one run out. Ran out of space though, and the ball wasn't going to go far enough. On the far side, Presser. She ran out of real estate as well, and it'll be a goal kick.
Morgan, you got that's you, Morgan. We're more worried about her than the center back.
And back. All the way to the far wing now.
Where you go, Morgan?
Atwater.
22, Morgan. You work hard. You work hard. You work hard, son.
Seal gets it over here on the near side. Now for Orff. Orff was calling for it back. Instead it goes backwards to Seal. Seal ran out of options. Jones. Obs one over the top, trying to get it up to Tottleben. Shepard lost control of it. Fusz wins the throw. And ball given. It's going to be a somewhat dangerous free kick coming up for Fusz. They try to set up the wall.
Make sure no one, not everybody goes in. You can pull Greta back on 33.
Erickson steps up for Fusz. Looks like she's going to take it with the right foot. Erickson goes for goal instead, and one hopper was ultimately an easy save for Peterson. Had a bad idea, but you either need to be a little closer to goal if you're going to try that, or put a little more steam behind it. Orff tried to take it towards the corner. Almost kept alive there. Peterson in kind of no man's land.
We got sub.
Ultimately got away with it. It's a win out for the goal kick. Coming in now for Celtic FC is Sydney Bushman and Rebecca Olsen. Fusz trying to build onto the attack. Once again, Haskins able to get in front of it. Gives it away on the pass. Jones with it for Lou Fusz. Fusz starting to build something here as they work it out to the outside. Unsuccessful. Back the other way, Shepard. Trying to slide one through. A little bit of speed in now as they give it to Shermer. Seal up the line. Elena Pastana comes into the game for Celtic FC. She replaces Pickering. Pickering did a good job out here on the wing. Neither team able to find anything in the final third quite yet, although they've made a couple issues of it. Seal doing her best to keep possession here. Celtic FC going to try the far side. Jex. Been an interesting game so far as we are in the 31st minute. Both teams have created a few chances here or there, but really neither one able to settle into any kind of flow. It seems to be very much a stop and start kind of game so far. You get a little bit up the field, and then you have to hit the brakes, and then the other team kind of does the same, and they're forced to hit a wall. Orff knocked it up the field, but ball was kind of ranging away from her, so ended up going into touch. Almost bounced over the head of the defender, Kasberg. Bowman has to go back to Kasberg. Rips one up and out of play. Good job to keep possession now for Celtic. Pushing up is Shepard. Out to the left now. And lifted up and over. Chances hard to come by. Not too much better that they could have done there. Really, the only other option would have been to serve it back out in front. The way the ball was traveling, it was always going to be difficult to keep that one on the ground and on target. Coming to you live from Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex in Overland Park, Kansas. Blue Fusz players probably know this place well. They have hosted the regionals in the past. Only about a 3 or 4 hour drive from the St. Louis area. A little bit further when you're coming from Utah. We appreciate all you Celtic fans watching in the morning hours. Celtic still in possession. Haskins pushed it up a little further. Making a run through the middle.
Oh.
Shepard was denied at the last moment. Throw in given up. Madeline Goodwin about to come in now for Fusz. Her team looking for any kind of space. They've been able to push up and create a couple counterattacks, but not much just through a regular flow of play. Seal tried to jump up and join the flow. Instead now it's Orff. Orff to the right now. That pass was too far behind Volman. Back the other way we go. Set up by Jex. Looking for Shermer.
Sub.
37th minute of play.
Courtney Ballmer. Morgan, Maddie's opposite of you now.
So Goodwin will come in.
You're good.
Now a substitution coming in for Celtic FC. Gabby Jensen going to come into the game.
Yeah.
Jensen replaces Shepard, who put in a good half. We'll get her a little bit of a breather. No doubt we'll see her in the second. Jones steps over, brings it back towards the near side as it rolls through the center of the pitch. Coming over here now to Volmer, who's switched spots. Volmer on the left. They've put Goodwin over on the right. Pushing up for Celtic, Bushman. Astley tried to take a shot. That one was blocked. Haskins has to retreat now as Fusz picking up a little bit of speed here. Tattlebin gets to it on the right. Tattlebin 1v1 with the keeper. It ends up with a good save by Peterson as it goes out for the corner. First really good attack that we've seen from Fusz in quite some time. Tattlebin, not too much in the way of avenues to shoot at. Peterson coming out well to cut off the angle. Homer will go over, take the corner. Line drive kick. Anybody could have got on the end of that one. It would have been easy to generate some power behind it, but Utah Celtic FC cleared it away. Peterson comes out, makes the grab off an odd hop, and now she springs the counter, giving it over to Pastana. Jones stepped in front of her. Jones doesn't have too much in the way of help, though. She has to come back all the way towards midfield, giving off to Kasberg. And then her kick went up and over everyone. Up the far sideline, Crockett.
Drop in, Jess. Drop in and help, Jess.
Trying to get it to Ashley. And a touch. Be a throw in. Fusz wins the free kick on a foul against Celtic in their offensive third.
No.
Roughly 4 minutes left in regulation. That one snuck under the foot of Orff. Gives possession back.
Oh, too quick.
Recover now, we gotta recover. Morgan, squeeze the middle, please. Squeeze the middle.
Anyone got
Squeeze
sunscreen
10.
down there?
Squeeze 10.
And Fusz trying to set up their defense.
Yeah. Okay.
Crockett.
That's wide.
Olsen.
Okay, yeah. It's all good.
Haskins up through the middle.
Is there a medical
Spotted
tent here
well.
or something? They might have some.
Tottleben for Lou Fusz to go the other direction. Tottleben tried to lace one over the top. And a run coming here on the left.
Ladies, it's a moment now. Use for this moment.
Thank Christ.
Play this moment.
Yeah, the trainer might have some.
Switching it up. It'll come here to the near side to Bushman. Haskins.
Don't you think the game's
Crockett
quicker
down.
when you play?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Aubin one over the top. Run is there, but the defender was as well. There we get the halftime whistle.
Uh-huh.
So we'll take a quick break. No score at the half between Lou Fusz and Celtic FC. Back with more in just a little bit.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom right now.
Today's match is brought to you by AE Engine, AmericanEagle.com, Bag Tags, Target, Chipotle Mexican Grill, Expanda Brand, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLS, NCSA, Nike, Positive Coaching Alliance, Premier International Tours, Soccer Shots, Sunmade, TA Petro, United Soccer Coaches, U.S. Soccer Federation, Wilson Trophy Company.
We made it to nationals, and that was amazing because we were one of the best. I think at the time it was 4 teams. It was a round robin, actually. So it was the best 4 teams in the whole nation, and so we thought we were just the next best thing since sliced bread. And I think that playing in that tournament was so surreal because you played against other club teams that were so good and at the same level as you that you don't necessarily always get the chance or opportunity to play against, which was so great for us because we were like, wow, these girls are like just as good as us, if not better, and we have to compete at the highest level and play these 3 games, or at that, it was a round robin, so we played the 4. But still, that just reminds me of how competitive I was and my teammates were at that age, which also I think helped me get to the next level. And being that competitive at the club level, I mean, has only helped me, continue to grow in my competitive spirit and level that I'm playing at right now.
The national championships was really, really special. I think that was like the biggest thing I had really won, and that's kind of for youth soccer growing up, that was kind of the ultimate prize. And I think we were always super ambitious in achieving that and to have that happen. And I think what's so special about youth soccer is that it's really your family. The girls that you grow up with become like your sisters, and you do everything, and there's just like such a strong camaraderie there. So to play with a team that you've played for a while with, and with these girls, it's a very special feeling to win something like that.
Those were really great moments because at such a young age, I feel like I was competing for something and really working hard to, perform for my team. And it was no longer just about, whatever the result is the result. I mean, at the end of the day, you win some, you lose some. But that was probably the moments that I was like, whoa, we got to win. We got a state championship on our hands that we could actually bring home. And I think those are really cool moments because, you remember a lot of the times that you win. You try to remember the losses as well because you do learn from them. But at the same time, you want to remember the wins that you have. So state championships were definitely a really important part of my memory.
Our state cup was fun. My team was very competitive. I mean, we had a lot of competition as well, but I can't remember how many we won. Maybe 9, I think, is what we counted with our team, which made it so much fun. That was always like the big goal at the end is win state cup, go to regionals, and go to nationals. And we always fell short going to nationals, which still hurts today to even talk about. But I had so much fun in those tournaments, and my team made it even 10 times better to be a part of.
I get to play now in front of huge crowds and with all this spotlight and attention, and I don't think I'll ever have that feeling that I did going through my U14 national championship. I remember winning state cup. I can tell you how I scored, what the score was. I remember going to Hawaii. That was our regionals, Region 4, and I remember that national championship. And I think that it stays with me so much because it was about camaraderie. It was about growing and learning who you were and, you know, making these lifelong bonds.
My name is Tony McManus. We are the 01 Lady Lobos Rush out of Memphis, Tennessee. You know, we were here in the finals last year. Unfortunately, did not finish it out, but that gave us a little bit of motivation going into this year.
It's been crazy, and it's just been like really hard because everybody here is so good, and everybody is good because they win their state cup, and so there are other ways to get in, and so it's been really difficult. But we pushed through it, and we were able to come out on top.
For us, it's a little difficult because we work with a lot of underprivileged kids, kids that can't afford to really play at big clubs. So we're very small. We haven't been around very long. We put in a lot of work with the kids. We pick them up. We've been working with these guys, you know, just try to give them a future, you know, something to look forward to, get them out the streets, put them in a place where they can come and just have fun, meet other kids, and train hard, and just give them a goal, whether it's college or to the next level. So we've been very successful at doing that at this level. So it's been a great process.
It was 1935, the year that Elvis and Sandy Koufax were born. It was a year of many firsts, including the first NFL draft, the first
Did you see me about halfway through the first half? I was like this, and I stepped back, and like this board like moved, and I like had a
As Wynn with the ball. Shot came in. Good diving save to parry that one away. Strong hands in behind it. Miscue there on the goal kick is Kasperg. Sent it over here to the near side. Not sure if it was a miss kick or just a miscommunication. Ultimately, it ends up out of bounds nevertheless. Jacks with the throw in. Looking for Graham. Kasperg able to steal it away. And then played off the body of Olsen. And another goal kick. Kasperg goes along with it this time. Goodwin with a little bit of an elbow in the back, but not enough of a push to draw foul. Good steal by Olsen. Lost her footing in the process, though, so she couldn't come up with possession. Cole puts it back into play quickly. We'll have another throw in coming up. Lobbed in by Jex. Both teams just kind of trading it back and forth again. Umbrak gives it over to Haskins. Now far wing. Set up by Warner. Win. Looking for Graham. Trying to muscle off the defender. Graham sets it up. Left-footed shot. Skims wide. Again into that side netting. Utah Celtic. Celtic FC able to create a few chances here in the last few moments. Doing a decent job of controlling the ball and getting some shots once they get into that attacking third. Corner kick upcoming for Lou Fuse. They go short with it. Trying to change the angle. Toddleben was there. Ball bouncing around. Cole to the outside now. Evans able to hold it in and able to play it off the defender and out. Corner kick. So from the corner, Courtois along the ground, easier to deal with from the defender's perspective. Back into the mixer, but not for long. Graham. Goodwin troubling her just a little bit. Sent back outside for Graham. Goodwin right there. Crockett. Far wing now. Wynn picking up the pace. Wynn guarded closely. Fusz winning the throw. Celtic switching it up. Coming over here to the near side. Jex gives it over. Olsen. Astley had it cut out. Back for Jex. Umbrecht taken away. Courtois looking to send it over the top. Tattleman trying to race onto it. Crockett. Far wing now. Stolen away. Pressing up out of the attack. Fusz into the attacking third, but Evans couldn't quite let it run out. Courtois had it stolen away by Shermer. Fusz trying to make a substitution. Coming back into the game is Mackenzie Jones. Jones will replace Goodwin. Knocked from behind. Gives up the free kick. I believe that might have been Jones, who was just put back into the game, called for the foul. Good service into the box. Punched away. Lindsley's down, though. A good job by her to get in front of that one as Olsen was making the run. Might have been better served to curve out a little bit wider. Umbrecht through midfield. Astley. Olsen. Jex. Graham. Olsen again. Jex once more. Astley outside. Olsen holds it in. Olsen up towards the corner, now the end line. Looking for space, serves it up with the right foot. In transition, Courtois lobs one over. Running onto it is Tattleman. Tattleman pushes in towards the box. Tattleman serves it out in front. Too many defenders there. Now the one-time shot from Orff is blocked. First good opportunity for Lou Fusz in quite some time. They're starting to get a little bit more into this game from the transition. Finding a little bit more space in behind. Once again, those long balls just not really quite finding their mark so far. As we are in the 60th minute of play, roughly half an hour left in regulation. Getting into the later morning hours here in Kansas. It's about 10:15 local time. Coming up, Win into the box, goes to ground. Referee emphatically says there's no foul. Transition opportunity now. Courtois brings it over towards the right. Talibin is making a run upfield. She's going to go direct to her, utilizing the wing. Talibin has some speed, but the ball is always just a little bit faster. Umbrecht. Win. Olsen. Open here on the left, but they couldn't find a way to switch it. Cole pushes up over the midfield stripe, hands it off. Cheeky step over from Courtois, but her pass gives it away. Pushing up the field is Shermer. Shermer from the right, looking for service. Off the defender and out. It'll be a corner kick. Substitution coming in for both teams. Into the game for Lou Fusz is Jessica Prusser. And also checking in is Jamie Shepard for Celtic FC. Fusz trying to spring a counterattack here, and it just didn't quite fall for Evans. Not quite sure what happened there. Celtic FC trying to switch it back. It ends up still in play. Served up by Shepard. Towards the end line, back out towards the penalty spot. Kasberg bangs it away. Lou Fusz doing a good job here, trying to employ the counterattack. They finished third at the Midwest Regional, losing 3-0 to Campton United. But then they won their regional representative match, defeating Kentucky Fire 2-1 in overtime. So that's how they got here. And then both of these teams, as I've mentioned a couple times, winning on day one. Lou Fusz beat Legends FC 2-0. And Celtic FC defeating Sunrise Sting 3-2. So both teams with 3 points in their back pocket. Obviously both want to win this contest, but knowing that a draw would serve them both pretty well. Pressure comes from behind. Stolen away now. It's Presser up the wing. Has to slow it up just a bit. And then trying to send it back through the middle. There's too many black jerseys in front. Now the giveaway. Out in front, Tuttlebin with space in front. 1v1 with the keeper. Off the post and out. The cruel fate of a ball hitting the post. The goalkeeper's best friend, and it was exactly that right there for Peterson. As she was beaten on the play, you see Tuttlebin finds a little bit of space. Peterson did a good job to cut off the angle, give her a little less to shoot at, but still that ball looked like it was earmarked for that side netting. Instead, it goes off the woodwork and out. Olsen on the counterattack now as Celtic FC trying to get themselves back into this one. They've seen a few chances given up. Presser with space in front. Lobs one over the top. Tuttlebin's got some speed. This one going to come back. A mistake there, and Peterson able to clean it up after that pass wasn't put back from Haskins with enough speed. Switching the point. Shepard goes wide. Graham. Atwater. Here to the near wing. Olsen. Olsen going to go for goal. That ends up comfortably wide. Substitutions coming in for each team. A pair of number 7s. This is Rachel Martin for Lou Fusz and Tara Warner for Celtic. Shepard stepped in before Jones could get there. Evans steals it back for Lou Fusz. Trying to find a bit of space over on the far sideline. Lou Fusz starting to have a little more jump in this game. Still anybody's contest. Cole races up the sideline. Cut off at the last second by Shepard. She had enough speed to catch up. Lou Fusz trying to get it off the sideline. Jones had it. Now in towards the box. Tuttlebin goes to ground, and Peterson once again out to smother it. Lou Fusz as a team, as a unit, creating some problems here on the offensive end. It's just the amount of sustained pressure that has been a little bit less than perhaps they would like. Celtic on the counter here as Shepard brings it right up the gut, pushes it out wide a little bit. Still inside the confines of the 18. Now they slip outside of that, intending that one for Shermer, and touched out for the throw. Martin. As Lou Fusz trying to switch it up again. Presser was calling for it. And that ended up with a bit too much on it. Talked about some of these players being a change of pace. And that's what Anna Pickering is going to provide for Celtic as she re-enters the game after a bit of an extended break, coming off just a little bit before halftime. 69th minute of play. Going to play at least 90, potentially more if there are any stoppages. So far, it's been a good, clean game. Not too many hard fouls for either team. Nothing for the official to do except call mostly the out-of-bounds plays. Warner trying to find a little bit of space here on the near side, taking on her numerical counterpart. That ended up a little bit more difficult to deal with than I think Lindsley initially thought. Good job to steal it away, though, as Jones lobs one up the pitch. Not quite on the right angle to connect with Toddleben. Orff going to come back into the game now for Lou Fusz. Coming up the right-hand side. Now they go more towards the middle for Graham. Win. Puts on a move. Finds a little bit of space towards the end line. About 20 minutes left in regulation. Cole had that one just a little bit behind her. That's going to give it back to Celtic. Quickly back in from Warner. She was looking for Shepard. Presser. Near side now. Again, the idea is to go over the top to Toddleben, but it hasn't quite been in the right direction as of yet. Warner. Haskins. Wynn came back to pick it up. Trying to take it around Jones. Umbrecht. Haskins. Haskins gets it back from Wynn. Haskins once more. Shepard to Warner, trying to get it up top to Graham, but just a bit too much height on that one. Coming up now through the middle. Mozingo. Toddleben had laid it off. Not too much space over on the far side. Lou Fusz getting it into the attacking third, but not able to do too much with it. Lou Fusz finally finding a little bit more possession here in the last minute or so. It's been mostly just kind of springing counterattacks, but right now they're building a little bit. Cole drops it back. Martin sends it even further. And a miscue along the back line, and having to chase it down now is Volman. Gets all the way to the goalkeeper. Celtic FC trying to reserve some of their energy for the final moments of the game when they're on the attack. As they get on the attack now, just out of the reach. Atwater turned on the afterburners, but it wasn't quite enough. Shepard able to keep that one away as Orff was over there. Substitution now for Celtic FC coming into the game is Samantha Brady. She replaces Graham. Almost a misplay there. Lindsley able to get away with that as the pressure was right up on her. Jones puts it back. Still keeping their teammates in awkward positions here, though. We're going to get a foul against Lou Fusz, so that's going to set up what amounts to a short corner kick here. With Celtic FC a chance to put it towards goal. Decent chance from the left. Ultimately safely in the hands of Lindsley. Collision in the midfield. Ends up giving a free kick. Won by Warner. Warner quickly back onto it. Atwater. And we're looking to get it up top to Brady, who's taken that central role since she replaced Graham. Looking outside. Pass from Presser wasn't quite there. She's able to win it back in a second attempt. Avoids a little kick out. Presser to the outside now. Tattleman finds a little bit of space. Try to go to the back post. The run was there. The ball just a little too high. Returning the service, and Tattleman couldn't quite get it to settle down. Fusz trying to keep the pressure on, but Celtic FC able to break out. Trying a counter-attack. Atwater wasn't expecting that pass, so she had to kind of go from a 0 to 60 situation. And then a little bit of a clip from behind. It's going to ground with Shermer, and she will gain the free kick. Nobody in black in that vicinity. Now here's Presser. Gonna lob one over the top to Tattleman. She's got some speed, but the ball took a bounce towards the middle of the pitch, and Umbadak was able to react. Shepard avoids the defender. Jones is right there. Shepard splits the defense. Gonna take a shot. And a diving save again. Drawing the corner kick. Nevertheless, a good save made. It's right there, Shepard going for goal. Looking to tuck it inside that near post from her vantage point. But Lindsley was able to get over to her left and get two hands on it. Bushman about to re-enter the game now for Celtic. Ultimately, the corner amounts to nothing. We'll have a kick coming out. Fusz going to try to build it up from the back. Astana going to come in the next opportunity as well for Celtic. Fusz about to make a substitution as well. Entering the game will be Natalie Hanrahan. Free kick taken, comes over here to the near side for Cole. Presser was calling for it, ends up going right off the face of Pestana. She shakes that off. Cole keeping alive, stepped into by Shepard from behind, and that's going to get a card, yellow card against Carson Cole, our first of the game. So not a bad contest when you go 80 minutes without a card. Coming in the 81st minute. They go short with the free kick. On for Umbracht. She's going to get it back just outside the circle. Fusz intercepts. Presser. Laces one up. Tottleben able to get in behind it. And then thrown off. Good defending there from Crockett. Kept alive. Hanrahan back up towards the midfield, just out of the reach of Presser. Crockett will go the other way as Celtic FC back in possession. Haskins goes to the outside. Shermer gave it up to Shepard. Pickering gave it up. Now to the near wing for Warner. Warner looking to get a left foot behind it. Couldn't quite swing the hips through that one. Still scoreless in the 83rd minute. The game has interestingly been somewhat the opposite of the way you might draw it up normally. Very tight lid on it to start the contest, and things have opened up here in the last 10 minutes or so. Normally you would think once you get this late into a game and still have a draw in your sights that you might set your eyes on that draw. Instead, both of these teams seeming like they want to pull 3 points from this. Both teams in a tie for first place right now with their 3 points, so a draw would serve them both well. But if you can get that second win in 2 days, you would pretty much all but guarantee yourself a spot in the knockout rounds. U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships coming to you from Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex. Todd Panula along with you here. Scott Cheney in the truck. Brady able to bring it down and draw the free kick as well. Lobbing one over the top. Toddleben trying to find an angle to get to that one first, but Crockett was there. Didn't matter as Toddleben came from an offside position. Up through the midfield, Unbedacht sends it wide. Looking for Pickering along the wing. Instead, it's Shermer. Spilled initially by Lindsley, but she was able to recover before that one went out. A little bit worse for wear there after kind of an awkward slip. Stolen at the last moment by Pastana. Send it back. Haskins to the right. Up through the middle for Brady. Trying to cut it off is Courtois. Instead taken right back by Shepard. Shepard on back. Haskins with it. Back over the midfield stripe. Brady into Shermer. It was just out of reach. He couldn't get that initial touch to keep it a little bit closer. Throw-in still favoring Celtic FC. Both these teams still trying to find a goal in this one. Just a little over 4 minutes left in regulation. That one not at all what they intended as it went into the back heel of Brady. Goes all the way back to the defensive side for Celtic FC. Crockett to the near wing now for Warner. Not too much in the way of space. Warner going to take on Hanrahan. Hanrahan not relenting. Umbrecht. Brady. Now Shepard. Shepard laces one, and that's parried over. Corner kick up coming. Had a couple good opportunities here in the last 10 minutes or so for Shepard. Both of them ended up in Lindsley saves. Nevertheless, she's taken some cracks at it. Corner kick will come from the far side. Brady going to take it to the edge of the 6-yard area. Lindsley is able to get a hand on it. Ball went in, won't count. Foul against the goalkeeper. There's a lot of bodies in there. You probably could have called it on one or two players. Nevertheless, Lou Fusz breathes a sigh of relief. Going back to action quickly. Presser up the wing now. Here comes Toddleben racing against Crockett. Plays it off of her, but it's got enough bend on it that it's going to stay well within the confines. Peterson has to come out to try to knock that one away. Presser into the middle of the pitch. A right-footed shot. Might have taken a clip off the defender on the way through, but still a good idea from Courtois. Jones slides one on through, but getting there first was Haskins. Lou Fusz starting to counter a little bit as the pendulum of momentum swinging back and forth. A little under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Hasn't been too many stoppages, so you wouldn't think there would be too much time added on. Perhaps a minute, maybe a little more. Courtois couldn't quite get there. Crockett was able to win the header. Trying to get onto the counter. Pastana fakes out Jones, sends it over to Pickering along the right. Pickering's got some speed, but not too much in the way of options. She'll take it up, cross it in, and much too close to the goalkeeper. Miss kick on the punt, sends it out here over towards the Celtic FC bench. That one hops over. Here's Shermer trying to get it onto that right foot. Curled around but got underneath it. It's going to be 1 minute of additional time added on. Kicks out of the back for Lou Fusz. Have not been that good in the last minute or so. It's giving Celtic FC some unearned opportunities to get in towards goal. Lou Fusz trying to break out of the back. Toddleben will just blast it up the field, kind of feeling that the end is within reach and perhaps just hoping for the 1 point. Now it's down for Warner. Warner going to get towards the end line. Dealing with Cole. Serves one back in front. But it didn't matter as offside was the call. The flag was up on the far side. We've got 1 minute played here in stoppage time, so the whistle could come at any moment. And as I say that, it goes. So both of these teams a little bit unsatisfied with the end result, but they will definitely take the point out of it. 0-0 is the final between Celtic FC and Lou Fusz. Both teams remain tied for first place in the group, and it will come down to a day 3 matchup to see who ends up at the top and whether or not both of these teams end up advancing to the knockout round. Stay tuned as we'll have coverage of all those games coming up, all the important ones. So it should be an interesting final day of group play coming up tomorrow. And that'll do it for our coverage of this one. Once again, the final, as you see on your screen, Lou Fusz 0, Celtic FC 0. After 90 minutes, nothing really decided, a point for each. For everybody here at Turbo Sports, we thank you for watching. Goodbye from Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex. Until the next time, have a great day.